Happy Tuesday, everyone. I am back with two high-paying non-phone work-at-home job leads. These companies do offer flexible hours as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The company, as you can see on the screen, is Adlead. They're seeking transaction coordinators to work from home. Now, when you scroll, there is no degree listed. They do offer, again, flexible hours during the business hours, Mondays through Friday. And according to Glassdoor, the pay is between $17 and $21 an hour. So basically what you're going to do is input eligibility data and update members' records in various technology platforms. You're going to terminate member records and eligibility programs in various technology platforms. You're going to process ID cards, requests for assigned groups, as well as you're going to assist with various eligibility service projects. Now, the education is some colleges preferred. That means if you have it, that's fine. If not, it's okay. They want you to have experience in Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and then software application, and between 2 to 4 years of related experience. If this sounds like something that you're able to do, then make sure you go ahead and apply today by clicking here where it says apply for this job. Now, we're talking about the company Change Healthcare. They're currently hiring payment representative to work remotely. Now, this is a full-time position. They do have state hire restriction listed, so all you have to do is click here and see if your state is on here. When you scroll down, there is no degree listed. Really easy job to do. So according to Glassdoor, you can make up to $22 an hour with this position here. So what you'll be doing is you're going to organize inpatient and outpatient claims for electronic or hard copy mail and forward to appropriate third-party payers. You may receive payment and prepare payment for deposit and forward to appropriate financial institution. You're going to be responsible for posting payments, rejection, NLOAS to accounts and making correction to misapplied payments. You're going to also review claims to make sure that payers' specific billing requirements are met, follow up on billing, determine and apply appropriate adjustment, answer inquiries, and update accounts as necessary. Now, again, this job only requires a high school diploma or equivalent, 1 to 3 years of relevant work experience, which this is also a entry-level job as well, okay? And then advanced knowledge of the payment posting process. And what they're looking for, the skills, is you need to be able to type 10,000 keystroke with 5% or less error rate. You need to be organized, detail-oriented, work well with others. If this sounds like something that you're able to do, then make sure you go ahead and apply today by clicking here where it says apply for these jobs here. And then we're going to talk about how to fill out an online job application, because that is very important, is that you have to know how to fill out an application. Since you're looking for a work from home job, everything is done online. So we're going to go and get information. For those who don't know, and I know a lot of people already know, but just for those who don't know, what is an online job application is basically is a form on the internet where you can inform a company about your skills and relevant experience for a specific job or position, okay? So how to fill out an online job application. Here are some steps, 15 steps you can follow to help you fill out and submit an online job application. Is they're saying get access to the right tools. You know, you already know that you need to have an email address. You need to create an email address, because when you're filling out an application, they're going to be asking for your email address, and that is how they get in contact with you, is through email address. And of course, you have to have the internet and you have to have a computer in order to do that. Make sure you read your job description thoroughly to understand what the job you're applying for and any additional requirements necessary for your application, such as your resume, cover letters, relevant experience, or employment test. Make sure you prepare an electronic resume. Whether an online application requires you to upload a resume or fill in information piece by piece, it can be helpful to prepare your resume ahead of time using word processing software, and have an electronic copy of your resume can allow you to reference it easily when filling out job applications, and can allow you to send it quickly to other employees in open job position. Also, you're able to post your resume online, like platforms like Indeed. So when you're applying for jobs online, there may be an option to link an online resume to the job application. Posting your resume on job websites like Indeed can help link your resume to applications more easily and can help you apply to even more jobs in the future. And then write a tailored cover letter. Some companies are still, want you to do cover letters. Online application sometimes have an option for uploading or writing a cover letter for the opening position. Drafting a cover letter that tailors to the position before applying can help you prepare for the online application process, okay? And then practice filling out a paper application. I do have a sample application, a blank application form that you can practice writing on it. You can study it. Sometimes the company will give you the option of applying online or printing out a paper application that you can then send to them by mail. Though it is recommended that you complete your application online because it's quicker and more efficient for the company, it can be helpful to print out a paper application to practice and prepare you for the online process, okay? So when you're filling out the paper application, it could tell you everything the company might request in the online application, including relevant work experience, skills, and short answer questions. And knowing this information ahead of time can help you fill out the application with confidence and ease. Also know your availability when you're able to work. That's very important. It's just kind of put in mind when you're available to work ahead of time. It could be helpful to know this information ahead of time so that you're best prepared when filling it out. And then create an account. Some companies might request or give you the option to create an account on their career website. Creating an account can be helpful because it can allow you to save your application to finish later if you need to stop for any reason. And it also helps you apply to other jobs within the same company more easily. Okay, and you also may have to take an employment test. Sometimes the company might request that you take a specific employment test that can check certain skills. For example, a company looking for an editor might request that the applicant test their language components and knowledge of grammar and spelling. So you can often take tests online, and companies may have the ability to attach them directly to your application. So when taking the test, it can be important to remember to always take your time and read through each question before responding, and use specific keywords. When filling out the actual online application, it can be very helpful to use position specific keywords that were mentioned in the job post. Some companies filter their application using a keyword search to put candidates on top of the list. For example, if a company is specialized or looking for someone in a software engineer who have experience with cybersecurity, consider mention any work you completed or code you've written that contribute to a software security. Always follow instruction carefully. You may need to fill out your information in sections in online jobs application. When a section is completed, there is often a button at the bottom of the web page to lead you to the next section. Before continuing it can be helpful to review any instruction listed on the page and double check any information you fill out. Take your time with writing written answer. In some applications, there may be sections where the companies ask you to respond short answer questions or write a cover letter for the position. It's always important to read through the prompts carefully and respond with active language that directly answer the question. Review everything one more time. Once all portions of the application are completed, some companies provide you with a single web page that displays all your answers to every application questions so that you may review your response. So it is important to always read through these pages thoroughly one more time and make certain that all your answers are to your liking. And once you finish reviewing everything, then you can submit it. And search for other relevant position. If you're on a company career website that has a job posting available and you already created an account, consider searching the websites for other open positions. With your first application already filled out and saved to the website, you can apply to other jobs more easily. And then once you submit your application and your resume, after a couple of days, Follow up with the company after applying. It's good practice to send a follow-up email to companies to inform them of your application and restate your interest in the opening position. This can help make your online application more noticeable and the company and emphasize your interest and passion for the position. So go ahead and just take note of this and study. This is the correct way of how to fill out a job application. Now, this is a sample job application that we're going to go over. This is very self-explanatory, but I'm going to go over with you so you can understand it. Of course, you're going to always put your first, middle, and last name, mailing address, city, state, and zip, your phone number, alternate phone number. If you're under 18, you have to put your age and credit email address, okay? And then a lot of people are skeptical about you giving out your social security number. You want to make for sure that you have done all your research before you give out the social security number. The purpose of the social security number is to do a background check and to identify who you are, okay? Now, the job type, that's why you need to know what day of the week that you can work. That's very important. And what are you seeking? Full-time job, part-time job, full or part-time? How many hours can you work? Can you work nights? And date available that you can begin. Now, when you scroll down here, the one that stands out is, have you been convicted of or enter a plea of guilty, no contest, or had a withhold judgment to a felony? If this have happened to you, make sure you be truthful, because if not, it's going to come back. They can figure this out. They can, if they do a really good background check, they can tell whether it's true or not. When I was working in the corporate world, it was this particular person that put no on here, and somehow they did a background check. This person was an awesome worker, been there at the company for a year, and they let him go. So make sure you be truthful to this, okay? And when you scroll down, education, put your high school and college education, your mailing address. If you don't know it, Google it, you'll find it. Put your major, degree, or diploma. That's very important. And then when you scroll down here, your work experience, of course, you want to list your current job, the company's name, the name of your last supervisor, hours you work, the address, the start date, the starting salary, the end date, the final salary, the phone number. The big one that stands out is reason for leaving. You don't want to put more money, even though that may be true. But a lot of companies look at it, if you leave your past company for more money, you would do the same thing if they hire you. And a lot of times they will not hire you because you write something like that. You may want to say, the reason why I'm leaving is to use the skills that I have learned to implement it into your organization. That sounds better than saying more money. So make sure you go ahead and um, look at that. Okay, that's very important here. And when you scroll down, what stands out is reference. Before you put somebody's name on there, make for sure you get permission and say, look, is it okay for me to use you as a reference? An employee may call you. They may send you an email. Make for sure you respond immediately. Because if you put somebody on as a reference and the employee call and they're acting up and saying things that they're not supposed to say, a lot of times people tend to judge you and think you that same person, and they won't consider you. And I hate to say that, but that is true. But before you use anybody as a reference, make sure you double check with them and see if it's okay. Okay. So you can print this out anytime to get practice on filling out a sample job application, because this is very important as well, okay? Now, I am going to give you 2 websites where you can go on and practice your typing skills, because this is one skills that hiring managers are not going to train you on. You have to know how to type. So you can go to typingtest.com. You can check your typing skills in a minute. You can choose how long you want to practice and take advantage of these other typing skills as well as officialtypingtest.com. Not only can you practice your typing test, but you can practice your 10 key test, which is data entry. You will receive a typing certificate and get typing tips. So go ahead and get your practice on today. Now, I'm going to do a recap just in case you missed something. We went over 2 websites where you can go and practice your typing skills, officialtypingtest.com as well as typingtest.com. We talked about how to fill out an online job application, as well as I showed you a sample job application. I gave you 2 high-paying, non-phone working home job leads that offer flexibility. We talked about Change Healthcare. They're seeking a payment representative to work remotely. This is a full-time position. They do have a state hire restriction listed. If you click here, it will show more state hire restriction listed. So if you're interested in applying And according to Glassdoor, you can make up to $22 an hour with this position. All you need to do is hit apply. We talked about Ali. They're currently seeking transaction coordinators to work remotely. Now, when you scroll down here, this is a full-time position. And according to Glassdoor, the pay is between $17 and $21 an hour. So if you're interested in applying, make sure you go ahead and apply by clicking here where it says apply for this job. Every job that I discussed in this video, the links are under the video. All you have to do is click show more, scroll all the way down until you see the word links to the jobs, and you're able to click on that link and see the job post and apply, submit your resume. People are getting hired every single day, and I would love for you to be the next one to get hired. Make sure you share and subscribe to my channel for more non-phone work at home job leads that go out every single day. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.